Everybody, it is Hyper, and I'm going to make the second part of my SCUM 1.0 is pay to win video, and that's just going to showcase the biggest, most significant pay to win feature of 1.0 SCUM because of the Deluxe DLC, and that is the gold card. Now, let's just jump in and I'll explain what the gold card is. So, in SCUM, there is an in-game economy, like you do looting and stuff like that, but you can take items you loot and you can go sell them at traders, and then you could find money in the world and go to a bank at the traders and deposit the money into the bank. Now this is a fresh character. It's a brand new spawn, just so I can show you. It's a brand new character, just base stats. I spawned in the last video I talked about how the DLC came with pay to win camouflage. You can see I have a black bag already, a courier pack. I have a knife, I have garlic, I have food, I have water, and I have bandages, as well as everything else the regular players get in. So that's a huge advantage of itself. That's another video you guys can go watch. But I'm going to show you guys, and I'm just going to teleport really quick because I'm in a single player sandbox world right now, to show you guys how significant this gold card is. Like, if you're a new player or if you played for quite a while, you know that the credit cards in game are key to the gameplay loop, right? So in SCUM, when you die, what happens is you have money deducted from your account. So let me just show you what that looks like really quick. So if I die, we're just going to do this really quick. Look at what the screen says. It says prisoner died. Now, if I want to respawn, I have to pay to respawn. If I don't have the money, I go negative in my account. If I go negative in my account, $2,500, I permadeath. I lose my whole character, everything is wiped, and I have to start over from the beginning. So, they have things like gold. You can see at shelter, there's this one gold symbol. And gold is roughly, one gold is $1,000 in SCUMs. Roughly. It depends on the server, it depends on the economy, all this other stuff, yada yada. But it's very expensive. And when you're starting out in SCUM, it takes quite a while to get enough money to purchase the gold, so you can have that insurance when you die that I'm going to be able to respawn and not really worry about it, right? That's one of the core gameplay loops of the looting and the selling and the traders and whatnot. And we just got insanely lucky because there's a trader. God, wow. There's a trader literally right there, and we're outside of it. So we're going to go to this trader really quick. My God, that is like the luckiest thing I think has ever happened to me in SCUM, especially while I'm making a video. Well, we're just going to be falling from the sky right here. And again, we don't have anything special. We're just using the Deluxe DLC, and we're gonna go to the bank really quick so I can show you. And I'm not cutting it, I'm not doing anything like that, so I can show you guys in real time exactly what this is like with a brand new fresh character that hasn't done anything except die for the purpose of showing you what happens when you die. Now, I'm going to respawn, and I'm going to have the entire DLC Deluxe pack with me. I have my camouflaged prisoner jumpsuit, which you can see blends in extremely well with this environment. I have my courier bag, I have a knife, I have food, I have antibiotics, I have my bank card, and I have bandages. These are huge advantages. Finding fresh water to drink is pretty hard to do when you start out. Finding food, very hard to do when you start out. And when you have to worry about things like the metabolism, where you can starve to death and faint, or you can die of thirst, and when you're hungry or thirsty, your stats are lowered until you eat your drink, that's a pretty big deal, especially in the early game where people are struggling to survive, right? And now on top of that, if they die and they don't have any money or anything, they're going to be negative. They're going to be in the red with their account right off the bat. But since I have the Deluxe pack, all I have to do is show up to the nearest trader, and I can go just straight to the bank. And when I go to the bank, you guys are going to see that I can do something very interesting. Typically, to get a credit card in SCUM, you go to the bank and you have to go to My Cards and you have to buy one, right? You have to save up the money to buy a card and to withdraw, deposit, do all that other stuff so your money is safe. Now, there are perks to different cards. The classic card has one free renewal and it has 1-digit PIN protection. So if somebody finds your card, they can try and guess your PIN to access your account. Now, gold has 2-digit PIN protection, 5 free renewals, and a daily withdrawal limit of $5,000. This one has a withdrawal limit of $1,000. Now, for the regular card, the basic card, it has very nerfed things of all that. I think the withdrawal limit's like $500, and you don't get a free renewal, right? Like, you can get a free renewal, but it doesn't have any of the perks of the other one. And one of the biggest significant things about it is the only cards you can buy gold with to respawn at your shelter and to have that stuff where nobody can steal it from you, you need the gold card. And that usually costs, I think, bare minimum, what, like $1,000. They may have changed it, but it costs $1,000 to get a gold card. So once you earn that $1,000 in game, you have to go to the bank, buy the gold card, and then you could deposit with all these perks. But with this DLC pack, you can see the costs as $0. So since I have it, I just go here. Are you sure you want to buy a gold card for 0 credits? So I'm gonna make a pin right now. Just random pin. And here we go. I have a gold card and I didn't have to worry about it. I got 5 free renewals. I can cancel the card. I now have the ability to purchase gold, which I can't purchase one of the other cards. I didn't have to save any money to get it. So all the money I got up to this point, I can just put straight in the bank and it's ready to go. Ready to go. And when the whole game is versed around killing people and dying and maintaining your finances and looting and stuff like that, this is a massive, massive jump ahead of everybody else in the server. So anybody with a deluxe pack, they are already at least a couple $1,000s ahead. Like, just between the fact they're not gonna have to worry about getting food and water, they have camouflage right off the bat, they have a bag, so they're not gonna have to destroy any of their gear or anything, and they immediately have a gold card where they can come here, purchase the gold card, and have money in their accounts already. It's protected. They have the 5 free renewals and they can get that gold immediately, which no one else can get unless they grind for it and work really hard. I'm going to show you really quick. Let's just take some of the stuff I have and we can go here and sell it too. So if I go to one of the traders, I can say, hey, are you going to buy this from me? And usually they'll give you a couple of dollars. You find a bottle of water, they're like, oh yeah, I'll give you $4 for that. I'll give you $5 for that. But you already have that. Buying it is way more expensive than selling it. You already have that. So all these other people are gonna have to get scrap metal and craft supplies and go loot all kinds of stuff and trade it to the traders before they can get money. And you see right here, $3 for a bottle of water. So if somebody else, they're gonna have to find 300 bottles of water essentially to have the same amount of money as me. You know what I mean? And again, there's other stuff. You could find weapons, you could find tools, you could find phones. There's all kinds of stuff you could find. But given that the loot table is not very good, it's very rare. You're not gonna leave with lots of money. So this puts you days, potentially weeks ahead of other players, depending on how much time they have to play in a day. You know what I mean? So I don't know. The deluxe pack comes with all the stuff you see here, the camouflage uniform. It comes with an art book. It comes with a voice pack. It comes with the gold card. And it comes with some DLC dances. You know what I mean? And these DLC dances, again, like, they're funny. There's other stuff about them. Again, do with them what you will. But, like, in my opinion, people would have bought this stuff without having the pay-to-win stuff involved. You remove the gold card. You remove the, like, extra stuff and the camouflage. People would have still said, oh, there's new dances. I'll buy that. I'm a supporter of the game. I love SCUM. It's just something new to add to the gameplay. Because you get the voices, you get the art book, you get the dances. You still get that stuff. And you get the weapon skins, too. That's really cool stuff. And for $10, that stuff alone is a bargain. But when they add this pay-to-win stuff, it incentivizes everybody to have this. Because it essentially makes it to where, like, if you don't join the game with all this stuff, you are now at an immediate, complete disadvantage from the other people who have purchased it. And yes, it's not over the top. It's a one-time payment of $10, and you can turn it off in server settings, but, like, what else does that tell you? If you can disable the deluxe pack in the server settings, then you pay for something that you can't use. And everybody's gonna be wanting to use this because they bought it, so why wouldn't they be able to use it? Like I said, $10, one-time payment. It's not like a subscription or anything, but, like, it basically sets the precedent that if you don't have this at baseline level, you're not going to be a competitive player on really any server that has it enabled. And I just I think the developers, game players, are doing a fantastic job. I have thousands of hours in the game. Some of my best videos and streams come from the game SCUM. It's like my top 3 favorite games of all time. I have a server. So I'm not saying this because I want you to not play SCUM or because I'm against game players. I'm not. I love them. They've made one of the best indie games that has ever existed, and they're doing fantastic. But ever since Jagex bought them, they've been doing stuff like this, and it's been getting worse and worse every time. And I think this is arguably the worst one they've implemented so far. Yes, it's cheaper than the other DLC. Yes, it's not AI generated. Yes, it's not an NFT, but the gold card and this stuff is, like, very clearly massively pay to win, and I don't think anybody can defend that, and it's kind of frustrating to me, especially when they market their game as a hardcore. They call it a hardcore survival multiplayer game, and if it's a hardcore survival multiplayer game, and the most hardcore part of it is just starting out, and you give them basically everything they're looking for right off the bat, it kind of takes out the hardcore. It kind of takes out the survival, and at this point, it just makes it easier for people like this, especially on server wipes and stuff, to just go around and wreak havoc on the oranges, because typically you spawn in wearing an orange jumpsuit and you have to go find camouflage. You have to ditch the jumpsuit so you blend in better, and you don't look as vulnerable, and people don't realize you're a new player, so they can't just gank you for fame points and like steal your low level gear and stuff. And this just puts a wrench in that. This puts a wrench in that. It takes everything out of the early game of SCUM, and it just completely throws it out the window. So I'm not a huge fan of it, guys. I'm really not. I love it because it's cool that you get this stuff, especially for single player and all that. It's like, it's not bad. You know, if you want people to have an entertaining survival show like in SCUM, why wouldn't you give them a little small survival pack to get started? I imagine like that would incentivize, you know, entertainment. So I get that. But at that point, just add it for everybody. Just change the beginner gameplay loop for something like this. You know what I mean? The fact that you pay for it and it is paywalled, I think, is a pretty big deal. Anyways, that's pretty much all I have to say about it, guys. If you want to join us on the server, like I said, I still love SCUM. I still think it's worth playing. I still think it's an amazing game. Hop on the server. It's HyperWorld 2.0 PvPvE. You know, we have a lot of people play. My friends play. My wife plays. We have a lot of people from the community. We do events. We have a vanilla balanced bot. It's not one of those crazy bot shops like Noobland or anything like that. And it's a really good time. I do giveaways. We do event night on Saturdays where I give away like Steam cards and in-game DLC and in-game prizes and stuff like that. And it's a good time, right? So tell me your thoughts. Do you think this is super pay to win? Do you think this is game breaking? Do you think this is the right direction for SCUM as a game overall? Let me know in the comments, and give me feedback. What would you like to see from me in the future and all stuff like that. So special thanks to all the people who are supporting the channel. You guys make this all possible, and I can't wait to see you guys all in the next video or stream. And until then, see you guys next time. Peace.